Hey everybody, your host AMF1534 here, and let's play Super Mario Bros. 3, the final piece of my 3-series trilogy honoring Nintendo's 25th anniversary, or the Nintendo Entertainment System's 25th anniversary, of which I'm sure that you've all seen this little loading screen over the long time that it's been in business. And actually, for the first time ever, I just realized that the Shadow of the 3 is the Tanuki suit. You learn something new every day. Considering that this is the most played game of my entire childhood, you would have thought I would have known that by now, but apparently not, so... Before I ramble too much, let's just start. And this is the most memorable piece of this entire game, is the very first level, because people that don't even know this game very well at least know the beginning of that level. So, one way or the other, we're going to have a lot of fun during the course of this LP. I've always had many a day where I'd come home from school, and this is exactly where I would gravitate towards. So, I know most things about this game. Kind of like this little piece here. There are a few instances in which this will happen, but if you go up to these white blocks and you hold down on them, you can actually phase through them through the back, and you can kind of get away from whatever's around it. You can kind of escape all the enemies and such. God damn it. That's just 2 straight things of looking like a moron. But yeah, I'm actually going to be doing every single one of these levels in this game. I will not be taking any sort of shortcuts or anything like that, because I don't want to. I want to let you guys experience in full all the majestic pieces of this game, because it really is quite the work of art, I must say. Yeah. You run through that thing, you jump through, you get a card. At the very end, if you happen to match it up perfectly, you'll actually get a little prize. I'll show you once it happens, but this level's always kind of weird. I've always had slight issues with this. Now, if you know, there's a slight little cheat you can kind of do with this, because there will be enemies that continually spawn out of that pipe, and you can kind of keep doing this little thing here, and if you do it enough times, you'll start to rack up the lives if you really feel the need to have them. But since I'm completely awesome at this game, I don't really feel the need to do that, because, you know, this is not a game that lives are hard to come by in. I mean, you had Super Mario 1 and Super Mario 2 where, you know, lives were pretty damn scarce. Not in this game. I mean, it's... Don't be surprised that by, you know, midway through this LP I already am in the upper 50s for lives, because it's just, they're easy to come by. They really are. Nintendo definitely made this game a little more user-friendly in the fact that you don't have to sacrifice an arm and a leg to be able to beat this game. It's, you know, it's delightfully challenging yet simple, to the point where, you know, a first-time player can play it and get pretty far in the game without really having to sacrifice too much. And it's not incredibly difficult, but it gives you a nice challenge here and there. It throws, you know, different things your way here and there, and that makes it nice. But I always like that little part right there, just having that red Koopa shell just bouncing around. If you jump right here, you'll get a red, an off-colored music box note block thing that will take you all the way up into the sky, where there's a nice plethora of coins for your amusement. Another small thing here is if you can get a running start and get your little P thing lighting up there, getting your P lit up, that sounds just disgusting, you can fly up there and get yourself a 1-up. And that is always nice for those of you that feel the need to stockpile your 1-up selection. Not for me, I don't really need it. But there's another thing I'll show you here. It'll actually be the first time that this is going to be shown in this game. If you hold down on this particular white block here, it'll obviously phase you down like it did in World 1-1, but if you run back behind the screen here, behind this black part, and you run back to the end, it'll actually take you to the little, a little secret area where you'll get your first secret whistle of the game, which will work as a warp. If you happen to get all star cards across the way, you'll get this little thingamajig here that gives you 5 lives. So like I'm telling you, every 3 levels of this happens, if you can manage to get some stars, you're going to rack up the lives pretty quick. But without further ado, let's go to our first item house. Pick a box. Its contents will help you on your way. So there's a wide assortment. You can pick any one. Nothing bad will come out of it. And you'll get a leaf. A leaf in this game apparently gives you raccoon ears and a tail. How? I don't know. But that is exactly what makes this game awesome, is that video game logic succeeds everything else. Like these blocks that are mysteriously floating for no reason. Now, I will say one thing about this level. I have a problem with it. I have an inner quarrel with it that I've always had since I was a kid, is that I hate side-scrolling levels. I don't like levels that dictate your pace. I like to have ones where you kind of dictate your own progress as you like to do it. But this one does not give you that type of flexibility. I just don't like it. And since most of it is air-based, that's what else kind of bothers me with it. But one thing about this level is if you can manage to get all the coins in it, you will unlock a secret. And I will show you what that secret is, because I know what the secret is, and that makes it good. There are some secrets in this game that I actually do not know, but maybe I can do my research while I'm in the middle of this LP and I can show them to you, because it actually will be a nice learning experience for me, and that becomes good. I've always wondered why those Koopas just randomly have, or these turtles, or whatever you want to call them, why they randomly just have wings. I've never seen flying turtles before, but whatever. And don't go left. That guy with the I can't even talk anymore. With the boomerang is quite a pain in your ass. And there's your secret. If you go backtracking a little bit to World 3-1, you'll get a nice little white and black mushroom house. Hello! You found my shop of strange and wonderful things. I am almost the exact same height as Mario, which is really weird because Toad is not that tall. And Mario is also not that short. But there's your Power P. For those of you, God forbid, that you don't know what a Power P is, I will explain it to you. It will allow you, for the duration of one level, to have your P bar all the way up, and it'll allow you to fly through an entire level. This little game, I hate it because I'm so bad at it. You know, you have to line them up just perfectly, and I already failed. It is kind of funny, though, to see what kind of things you can come up with sometimes. They look rather funny like that. Yeah, it's not really that funny, I'm sorry. Anyways, time to do my favorite level of this game. I love this level. I love the soundtrack of this game. It's just awesome. For some reason, as a kid, I don't know why, this little song used to make me laugh. I'll get this anyways, just because I always wondered why as soon as you get the fire flower that Mario's skin color changes for no reason. It's like he harnessed the power of fire and now he has an incredible tan. Never figured that one out. I really didn't. But here's another secret for you. I will show you. If you fly all the way up here, and you're probably going to wonder why I'm doing this, for those of you that don't know, you can actually go up here all the way. If you run all the way to the end and you hit up, it'll take you to a secret room where you can obtain your second out of the 3 whistles in this game. I've actually heard, now that I think about it, that I've heard that there's actually 4, though I have not seen this 4th one anywhere. So I know of 3 of them, which I believe is actually how many there's supposed to be. If there's a 4th one, by all means, please explain where it is. I would love to know, because it's been bothering me for about the past 2 years or so. Now, one more thing, now that I think about it, for some of you that don't know, I have actually already done an LP of this game. It was actually the first LP I ever did, but I figured that this would actually be the perfect opportunity for me to redo it and do another series, because of 2 reasons. I actually wasn't very satisfied with my first one now that I look back and do it. I had probably the most monotonous voice that there ever was. That's probably, because it was my first LP. You don't really know how to go about these things. Flip over any 2 cards and see if they match. You can only miss twice. Thank you. This game. I love this game. I love knowing where things are sometimes. I do know where these ones are. And if you're able to match them up, you will gain said prize. And that is always good. Oh, damn it. Where is that? 10 coins? 10 coins. Awesome. That's right there, I think. Yes! Oh my god, that'd be so tight if I got all these. Oh, crap. I was doing so good. Anyways, yes, I have actually already done an LP of this, but I decided to delete it because I wanted to do a better one. This is actually quite the momentous occasion in which to do it, so I thought I'd do a much better service to the Mario community if I did a better one for you guys to see. So I'm going to do it. See that little discolored piece of stuff right there, you hit that, you're going to have another one of these. One small thing, back when I was a little lad, I used to try to see how quickly I could get through this level, because it's so short. It's not a very long level. And I used to be able to, if I remember correctly, I used to be able to get it done in about 29 or 30 ticks of the game clock, which, for me, that was pretty damn fast. I'm sure there's probably, you know, millions of other people that have been able to do that much quicker than I, but that's okay. That's not my problem. For me, it was good. And since I'm pretty much the best person that ever lived, you know, don't mean to toot my own horn here or anything, but I'm pretty much awesome. Whoa, God, I hate that part. I used to never be able to get through that alive. I used to always get hit. Every time. Let's see if I can get a mushroom. Or not. I got a flower. If you manage to, you know, get one of... I mean, if you don't get all three of one, you're still going to get an extra life at the end of it, so don't worry if you don't have all matching things. No big deal. Anyways, this level. I really don't like this one. I mean, I still like it because it's a Mario game, and these games are incredibly diverse in how they switch up the levels. You're never really going to get the same thing twice, which is what also gave this game such a good reception, is that, you know, it's different. It's never always the same thing. You're always getting a nice dose of new material. But I've always wondered, like, what exactly are these, like, floating gears? Like, how exactly do they make this thing go when you stand on it? And what's up with this path? Like, why is it so abstract for no reason? I'm not gonna question it. I shouldn't question it. Not to mention, look at those clouds. They're really weird. They look kind of like cinnamon rolls. I've always kind of associated it like that. Oh well, whatever. I like how when you go into that little zone where the level's almost over, everything in the background is like inverted in color. It's just black and white. I always liked that. But now these guys. I hate these guys. The one thing I hate about these guys is that if you ever died on these, it makes you feel just so stupid. What the hell? Why is that thing all black and white like that? That's kind of weird. Oh well, whatever. I'll take it. And you get a free item out of these. That's at least the one upside of doing them. Otherwise, I would rue doing those every single time. Let's go to our second item house. The thing about these that I always hated is that if you get the mushroom out of this, like I did right there, God, it just makes you... It makes me upset. I like getting better items that I can use, instead of wasting space on things that I could get anywhere. Anyways, let's actually get through our first castle, of which there is somebody screaming help in there. So let's go. Oh, it's terrible! The king has been transformed! Please find the magic wand so we can change him back. Because he's been turned into a dog and I am absolutely stomping my feet in utter anger and pissed offness and everything else. So, time for the incredibly overdramatic music that signifies we are on our first boss ship. Of which at least it looks normal. Believe me, over the course of this game, these ships are going to be very weird and they're going to start defying all the laws of physics. I promise you. I mean, it's already weird enough that, you know, I don't know, these things are just weird to me. But this one, out of all the ships, probably makes the most sense as far as what you'd expect to see on a ship, kind of. Except for four-way cannons, I don't think you see very many of those on ships. But you kind of get what I'm driving at here. At least the entire ship is connected somehow, except for that top part. But you just wait, a couple of ships from now, you're gonna be like, what the hell? This doesn't even make any sense. But here we go. Here's our first boss fight against, I can't remember his name, which bothers me. You can kind of go at this a couple different ways. If you want, you can shoot at him. No, no. No, no, no. I won't have any. I'll have none of your sauce. But there you go. He's not very hard. None of these guys ever are, for that matter. But you get the magic wand, and you are done. And look at this. I've already actually piled up 17 lives over the course of one world. I already told you, I was going to have a lot. This game is not very hard whatsoever. But just like that, we've already gone through one world, in one part. And there's our king, restored back in normalcy. Oh, thank heavens, I'm back to my old self again. Thank you so much. Here's a letter from the princess. At least it's not that damn note that says that she's in a different castle. I always hated that one. Greetings. If you see any ghosts, be careful. They will give chase if you turn them away. I have enclosed a jewel that helps protect you. Princess Toadstool. And she gave us a Power P. That's just awesome. So, with one world down, we are now entering World 2, but I am out of time for now, so I will see you guys on the next episode where we will explore the desert lands. So, your host, AMF1534, saying goodbye for now. I will see you guys next episode, which will likely be tomorrow. So, see you guys later. Bye.